usually around 8 a.m.
Hey, everybody. Cali Unicycle Dad here, and DAC.
That's right.
Yeah, David Anthony Castillo. So, yeah, cool. I think we got things working, and we're just gonna hang out for the next 3 minutes until 1 when this thing kicks off. And yeah, if you got any comments or anything to say, anything you want to talk about, let us know, and we will definitely get into it. I got up pretty early today for a Sunday. I think I got up about 7:30, I don't know, after my wife went to work. Yeah, I've been up just kind of getting ready for the stream, getting hyped. You probably saw on Facebook, we did a little Facebook Live. We did a ride. It was fun. We got out a little bit, and we'll probably do a nice ride after the live stream. Yeah, I'm stoked to be here today. Stoked to hang out and talk uke.
Yeah, me too. So, what are your feelings on the NBA situation and just sports in general?
I'm a big Lakers fan, and I'm like, I feel like this was, it could be our season, but with the COVID and everything, it's just super weird. I hope they do get back and play basketball, but it sounds like it's all kind of still up in the air right now.
Yeah.
I know you're a big Patriots fan. You like football. Have they said anything about how they're going to play the season?
I think pretty much it's we don't know exactly the quarterback situation right now. It's Jarrett Stidham. He was playing behind Brady last season. We did re-sign Brian Hoyer, which he's the Drizzles. But
that guy was on the Texans, didn't he?
He was on the Texans. He was on the Niners. Yeah, he's pretty much been a journey quarterback, and it's been horrible everywhere he's gone. But Belichick seems to like him since he knows the system really well. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're really confident in Stidham. The fact that they did try to re-sign Brady pretty much for what the Buccaneers had given him, but Brady was like, yeah, I'm tired of not having fun. I'm just, it's kind of going to do my own thing.
I'm super interested to see if, I don't know, we may not get an answer, but I'm super interested to find out if it was Belichick or if it was Brady. If Brady wins with Tampa Bay, then to me, he was the guy and Belichick just kind of rode his coattails. If Belichick takes Brant or Hoyer and does something, then then Tom Brady is just an average dude.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Hoyer's been in. This is going to be, I think, his third go around with the Patriots, and he's never done anything super amazing.
He's been on the team 3 times.
Yeah, this is going to be his third time.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so yeah. I don't really see... He never did anything special with them to begin with, so I don't really see him doing anything special now. He's pretty much a 3-and-out guy.
That's like getting back together with an ex. It didn't work the first time or the second time, but you're going to try it for a third time?
Well, I mean, that's supposedly, that Belichick magic where, he can just take, an average player and make him great.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't see it happen. Yeah, putting our all the chips in the basket for Stidham, but I know with Hoyer coming back, they said that he was going to have an opportunity to be the starter. So everything in the media is pretty much it's Stidham this, Stidham that, but it hasn't been officially announced with the Patriots. Of course, I'm excited because I love Brady too. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to go down.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it, and I don't really like Brady or the Patriots, but I know you got his pajamas and all that stuff.
That's right. Help me recover. Get a good night's sleep.
Recovery PJs. Need those after a long day riding uke.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, we put 50 miles down and then, get in your Tom Brady pajamas, and you could go another 50 right then. I mean, in your pajamas.
That's right. I just like to wear my PPE, and that's all.
All right, guys. So it's 1, and yeah, we'll kick it off. So first thing we kind of wanted to talk about a little bit today was PPE, right? Personal protective equipment. Everybody's got PPE. Everybody talks about what I wear this, but only when I ride here, and I wear this when I ride here, and everyone has all these well, if I go slow and I'm going to get my coffee, then I'll just wear this. And, I don't know. What are your, well, let's do this. For PPE, I've got a helmet. I got multiple helmets. I got wrist guards. I got knee guards.
In fact, you can see them behind him over here.
Yeah, I got, I got armored top. So I got everything covered. I don't always wear everything. The one thing that I sometimes omit is my armored top. And I usually do that because it is kind of a pain in the butt to put on. And it's hot. I know you use a jacket, right?
Yeah.
And how do you like the jacket?
Actually, I do. I love the jacket, but it's kind of the same thing. Where honestly, minimally, I'll go out with my wrist guards and helmet. I try to put the knee pads and jacket on, especially when I'm going on a long ride and areas that I'm not used to. But minimally, I do go out with generally my helmet. I actually went for a ride yesterday and didn't wear my helmet and. Stupid. I should have. It was really busy where it was, but I generally do try to wear my helmet and my wrist guards minimally. But I have a biker jacket and knee pads that I wear as well. Don't have any shin guards, but
yeah, I find myself sometimes. Was it like Friday or Saturday? I was just messing around and I was going super slow and I was I was jumping. I tried to jump over a box, and I did this. Well, I got the minion bandage, but I did this. Right on my elbow.
Well, you actually did another thing without PP on today, didn't you?
No.
Yep.
No.
No, you don't want to talk about that, where you got that other minion band-aid?
This one on my knee?
Yeah, yeah.
I got boo-boo on my knee?
We were going on a beer run, and he decided that he was going to ride his uke in the store.
I was sitting, so it was fine.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you slid and Dick Van Dyked all over the place.
I didn't realize that the floor in the grocery store was like ice. It was like Zen Lee. I think they were riding. He's another YouTuber. They were riding at a mall in Vegas, an outside mall, and the ground was like tile or something, and like him and another dude just did a turn and they both went down. It was kind of the same.
But I mean, man, it was just hilarious because I mean, he went off and then he was just like rolling around, like he tried to brace himself, but he couldn't, and then he was like falling back, and everybody's just looking at him like, what the hell is this guy doing?
So I was sitting down and I was just kind of doing this with my legs
in front of the check stands, so he was going across the front of the check stands.
Yeah, and then I tried to stop and I got on these shoes with no traction on the ice floor, and I slid across the floor, and then my wheel fell out from under me, and then I ended up sitting on it, and it was all done at half a mile an hour. It was, and then I had turned off the music when I went in, and somehow the music turned on, and it was blaring music. So it was basically hey, look at me, I'm right here, falling down from under me, and then it was pretty embarrassing. It was the grocery outlet Bargain Market though, Bargain Market Superstore. So there's only 2 people in that place, but yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. So PPE. Even if you think all right, I'm going on a slow ride, take it easy. Even if you think you're doing that, you should, at a minimum, wrist guards and a helmet for sure. But I found knee pads, they really don't take too long to throw on. And, if you fall, you're either going to hit your knees or your elbows. I have found that elbow shots are when you fall backwards on your wheel. When I did the jump, I landed and then the wheel kind of kicked out in front of me and went tearing off down the sidewalk, and that's when I busted my elbow. And that'll if your knee is like this, it'll take it and bend it up and hyperextend it. It's really uncomfortable. You don't want to fall backwards. I remember I fell backwards like that on my 9-bot back in the day, and that sucked.
Well, that's because 9-bot sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to ride a Z to check it out. It's got,
I was going to say that.
It's got that tire that's like that big, but I mean, with so many other wheels out here, buying, like, I wouldn't buy one of those. When you got the Sherman out, the new Monsters coming out, you got the V11 and the S18, the suspension wheels, like...
Yeah, it's exciting.
I wonder why the Segway hasn't, like everyone else has been putting out new wheels. Kingsong, Gotway, and Emotion, and Segway is just like, we got the Z10.
Well, I wonder just because they do so many other things, you know, whether it's roller skates or, you know, scooters.
Right.
The little two-wheel that you stand on, I don't know what they're called.
I don't know either, but...
Are they the ones that do the skateboard, the one-wheel skateboard?
No, that's a different company.
Okay.
They're actually, I think they're called One Wheel.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, when you ride, like when I ride slow for PPE, I might wear just my regular helmet. You see it right there? Right there? No, it doesn't cover my face. But usually I like to wear a full face helmet because, man, if you fall on your face, you're freaking done. There's been, like, you're going to the hospital, you probably have dental work, and, like, we have good insurance, but we don't, for whatever reason, dental's not part of the deal. So last thing I want to do is not getting my teeth out.
Well, you just don't want to do that either way.
Yeah,
even just doing the work, drinking out of a straw, you know.
I know having a bleeding video would be probably pretty good for my channel as far as people, but yeah, I don't want to do that. So PPE, wear it. If you're just going slow and you're thinking, you know, I don't need it. You may not need it, but you know, the one time that you fall and you do need it, like you're gonna be like, I should have been doing. Yeah, you're gonna feel like a dumbass, and cause that's always when I fall is when I just start messing around. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this, and then I fall.
Yeah, but we'll get to that though.
What was your hardest fall?
My heart. Okay. So I think I kind of covered it in the last video, but pretty much it was when I was learning. I was just I was at a laundromat and just, you know, riding outside. I was had the 9-bot A1 thing, goes like 12.5 miles an hour max, and yeah, I was an idiot. I had my PP on me, PPE on me, and I was just like, I'm just in the parking lot. Who cares?
You mean you had it with you, but you weren't wearing it?
I wasn't wearing it. Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, it was stupid. Yeah, so, but, you know, I just got so frustrated that, you know, like, you know, because about, you know, whatever, 5 to 8 miles an hour, you know, I'm hearing ding, 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 you know, and, you know, it's rising up on me, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to fucking go for it. Well, I mean, 9bot has been the only company that I know that just, when you hit that threshold where it's not going to go anymore, like, not only do you tilt back, but you tilt all the way back. It throws you off. Yeah, and I messed up my wrist. It's actually, I would say it's about 90% better. But still, after about like 3 months, I'm still in pain. Like a bit. Like when I'm trying to, like, when I have my Gotway and put it into my my trunk or whatever, like I can still feel it. It sucks. And then I actually, my shoulder too got messed up too. Because, like, it tilted me back, and I was going back, but then I wanted to grab it, so I you know, I lunged forward to save the will, and I ended up just kind of Supermaning it, and man, it sucked. Or actually, you know, I guess it was the one too, maybe the ride over, which my PPE didn't do anything for me when we did our last broadcast. I'll just say it again just because I don't know how many people had actually, you know, saw our last broadcast. It didn't go off like we wanted it to. But, you know, we ended up meeting halfway, and then, you know, we're pretty close to his house, and I was wearing full gear, everything, helmet, knee pads, wrist guards, jacket, everything. And, you know, the peripheral vision with my helmet on isn't that great, and he was behind me. A lot of the times, Cali Unicycle Dad, you know, he leaves when we're going somewhere. So basically, his battery, for whatever reason, just it wasn't there. So I was going in front of him. So I ended up like looping around to check on him because I couldn't see with my peripheral vision. Well, okay, like he's just right behind me. And then as I was looping around, whatever happened, I just lost control. My wheel started wobbling, and I thought I could correct it, but I guess I was trying too hard to correct it, and I ended up doing the splits. And then like my shoe ended up flying off. I mean, like it was just that messed up my leg for about a week.
Hey, Mike in Tampa. What's going on, man? Glad to see you got out for a ride on your Tesla. I hope you're liking it. What did you say? It's been repaired. Oh, what's up, dude? You did no PPE for 4,000 miles? And the falls didn't stop you? Holy crap.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. You get that one wrong bump or whatever, but, to each their own.
4,000 miles, dude, though. That's a lot of riding, and I mean you're due, but scrapes and
hey, like I said, I'm guilty of not wearing it.
Dude, as long as you get back up and keep going. But you know what? You're like, if you have the armor and you ride all that distance and then you fall, you're like you feel like a dumbass. Totally. I do.
Do you own any PPE?
Yeah, he wears a helmet all the time, but
the rest of it.
Do you wear a full face helmet or just a regular helmet? Probably full face. And you're loving the Tesla V2, Mike. How many miles have you put on that thing since you got it? I know you pretty recently got it, right? And then the Segway Mini Pro, is that like a scooter or something, or it must be an e-wheel? 2,000 more miles after the helmet? Yeah. Hey, Ben, I like the little pun on your website for your computer stuff. I thought it was clever. I don't know if I said anything on Facebook, but oh yeah, Bell Super R3. That's the nice helmet that I sent you the pictures. It's got like the it's like open on it's got the full face, but it's like got grids taken out of it, so it's lighter weight.
Gotcha. Yeah,
those are pretty cool. I like those. Oh, dude, riding the one wheel. Yeah, I feel like one wheel dudes, they never like wear any armor in the videos I see, and it seems like they're super susceptible since the wheel is like round and in the middle, right? And it goes like when you lean forward, you almost always the crashes are like the nose digging into the ground, and then you Superman it. And Supermaning it. So the mini Segway is like the thing you stand up on, like the security guards.
Right, that's what I was talking about. The two wheel.
Dude, he said that Mike in Tampa said that the tilt back on that is the same. Going back to my hardest fall, when I was pretty new to riding, I was riding my Segway 9 bot 1E plus or something like that. It had like the same specs as Dave's. It went like 14 miles an hour. The range it would taper you so fast. Anyways, I rode like, I think it's 3 miles out to the beach, and then rode around for a little while, and then rode back on fumes, if, so to speak, right? Battery fumes. And so I was getting tilt back, like I was getting the beeps, beep, 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 and I'm going like 4 miles, I'm catching up to people who are walking and trying to pass them, but I start to beep, so I'm like, and that thing beeped and tilted back and shut off, and the gyros turned off, and I just went whoop and just fell on my ass, and then one of my legs like hit the ground and bent, and I thought like I tore my ACL. It was super uncomfortable.
Which you've done before, right?
No, I tore my Achilles.
Oh, okay.
Like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Oh, by the way, we decided that we didn't decide, but it's our it's like our friend anniversary. We've been friends like 12 years because we met at a party I threw for Flag Day, and today I think is Flag Day.
That's right, America.
What does Mike say? Yeah, the nosedive crashes on the one wheels look totally scary to me.
Ooh, that's one thing I haven't looked up. I gotta check that out.
Dude, and it's been repaired. First major fall, 20 miles per hour, top speed cut out. That sucks. Elbow, forearm, knee shank, and a motorcycle helmet, and made it harder to ride, and also made me push the wheel without worrying. Yeah, that's a good point. When I wear full armor, I feel like I take a little more risk than, actually, a lot more risk. I ride faster, I ride more aggressive, and I'm pretty aggressive, especially when I get out on the street, because on the Tesla, I can go 31, 32 miles an hour. So I just put myself out there. Like, I'll get in the bike lane and I'll go in the street, and I feel safer, because a lot of times you're driving in the bike lane and then people try to take that right hand turn over you to go somewhere. That just happened to me yesterday. I had to kind of swerve to the left to miss him, and then I pounded on his trunk as I went by, and I'm like, "What, dude? Why did you do that?" Like, I don't know if he didn't see me, but.
Yeah, something I'm not going to get into, but it just so happens I had a similar situation yesterday. I live in Rio Grande, California, right next to Pismo Beach, world famous. And it just gets really congested there in the summer, and I just had this idiot car in the bike lane, and for some reason he was turning. I guess I'm getting into it. He was turning into the bike lane for some reason. There was no parking to the side or anything like that, but he just kept on creeping into the bike lane. And luckily, I saw it had the foresight, but still, he continued to go, and then he almost hit me. I was able to swerve out and go around him, luckily, but yeah. And then he has the audacity to honk at me like I'm the a-hole.
I hate that. It's like when you're riding. We were at Bob Jones. It's like a trail to the beach. We were riding, and this old lady was walking her dog, and I'm not it's like a 2-lane road, but there's no cars on it because it's heading out to the beach, so it's a wide stretch of blacktop. And the lady walking her dog, it was a tiny dog. It was like a 7-pound dog, like a Chihuahua, and it barked and came at me and was pulling on her leash and barking like crazy. And she looked at me like it was my fault, that her dog was mad. And I was just flabbergasted. Really? You're the one taking your dog out on a walk who can't freaking deal with people. What is it? Because I'm on a wheel? The dog.
I mean, it's every regular biker that's on that trail.
It's so dumb. I was just laughing.
Was it Mike in Tampa was talking about the one wheel that he was on?
Yeah, Mike in Tampa's got a one wheel.
So how is it riding it? How do you brake? He said the fastest was 20 miles an hour you got on it?
He said right now that he crashed at 15 miles an hour, and his helmet probably saved his life. But his legs, arms, and knees, road rash, and... Yeah, I mean, landing on your face is no bueno. You don't want to land on your face.
Do you still ride it?
I'm sure he still rides it, but probably not as much with the Tesla. I wouldn't, because, speed, range, safety.
Well, that's what I don't get about, the skateboard thing, too. The one wheel is that you're putting all this money into it, but yet you don't get the range and the power, with it either.
I think it's just people who like to skate.
Yeah, I guess, I
just never really skated.
I guess that's fair enough.
So, I noticed you said something about Relive. We wanted to talk a little bit about... we can come back to PP if anyone wants, just let us know. But I want to talk about riding apps. We put a post up or I put a poll up in our Facebook group, and most people use Uke World, but there's Uke World, and then there's Darkness Bot, and those are the two big ones, right? And then there's each wheel's own, like InMotion's own app, and Kingsong's own app, and Gotway's own app. And then there's things that tracking apps, like Relive, which I think is really cool, and I haven't paid for it. I know you got a free trial.
I have a free trial. It's about to run out, but I think it's about $39 for the year. I think I'm going to pick it up.
It's pretty cool with the music and the pictures.
So pretty much on the free app, you get one song. Once you post the video, you can't edit it. Just if you're the cool thing about it, if you're taking pictures or video, it will put it in the spot that you took the picture or video in. So that's really cool too. But sometimes you'll take multiple pictures and only choose one. It might not even be the picture that you want. Like maybe you got a bad picture and they'll put the bad picture in it. So the cool thing about it when you actually buy the app is that you can re-edit it multiple times. And then there's about like 25 different songs. I really love that one for long rides. When I'm going, 15 to 30 miles, just because it's kind of cool to see, especially, it's like, I went into like the Pismo Heights and I went down Shell Beach Road. I know most of you aren't going to know what I'm talking about, but it's just, from my place, I mean, I was, it was almost a good like 20-25 mile ride that I did yesterday, and it's cool like to actually see, like on like the Google map that it's on, and then throwing in like pictures and messing with the music. It's really cool. So and it's cool to tinker around with it. And for $40, I don't think it's a bad deal.
Yeah, it's a cool app. And then there's, I like it. I never paid for it, but I like that it can do the other stuff. And then just dogs. Yeah, dogs are the worst. Like I've been attacked and chased by dogs, all kinds. The Tesla, for sure. Like you said, you've only gone 18 and a half miles. I've gotten mine up to 33 miles. It beeps at 31, so you're risking cutout anything faster than that.
But on the eWheels website, it says you can get it to 37. So it's not recommended to do that, but you can. It's not like a cruise speed. It's pretty much the max speed. I've gotten mine to 32.
Yeah, dogs fully the worst.
And Cindy, we want you to be an EU rider.
She was talking about it yesterday. I know that you lean forward and back for the... Have you seen the mod that people have done? Somebody like cut out a sheet of plywood or whatever and then put it down, like cut out a notch for the uke and made like a square in the middle and set it down and then stood on it sideways. So they turned their uke into a one wheel. It was really hard for him to get on because as soon as
that doesn't sound practical at all.
No, it's probably not, but it looked like a kind of a fun experiment to do. So the riding apps, Relive is cool. If you haven't messed around with it, download it. It's free. You can play with it. I like that it like outlines your route, which is kind of cool. And then like David, if you upgrade it, you get music and pictures and lots of other features. I think you can change the view and you like to satellite. You can do different stuff with it.
I bring a taser for dogs.
Pepper spray for dogs, dang.
Maybe a little Clockwork Orange,
I think all the stores are out of pepper spray.
Joking, love dogs.
All of our freaking jerk cops are using it all.
I'm just curious, Mike and Tampo. Are you afraid? You said you got it to because the Tesla, how fast it goes. Are you afraid to try to go faster than 18 and a half or miles an hour, or is there something holding you back, or what's going on there? Because I just feel like it's so easy to ride and to get that speed like on it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a really great cruising speed because that's where I generally cruise between 15 to 20 miles.
Yeah, and I mean, even if it seems like that ends up being close to the average if you're tracking, even if you're hitting 30, 31, 32, because you're not riding that. I mean, depending on where you are, you're not riding that prolonged speed. No, there's no unlocking that you need to do with the Tesla, but you might need to adjust the
the tilt back.
Yeah, the tilt back settings. Maybe there's 2 alarms, I think, original, like that come with it. So take away one and then raise the other one up to the top. Like 50 kilometers, I think, is the top.
48.
48 kilometers.
Yeah. Man, and that's, I can't believe you sent out, on our Facebook group, 805 EU Riders, you sent out a poll, and I guess wasn't the Gotway app like the number 1 app?
That wasn't for that. Not the Cali app. That was for the most popular wheel.
Oh, okay. I thought that one was for the app. I was going to say that is a horrible app. Like, I couldn't believe it, but I guess I read that wrong.
Yeah, the Gotway app the Gotway app is...
I actually did finally get mine registered, but...
It's fine. Like, it's fine, but
no, it's the drizzles.
like it always changes to the language back to like Chinese, and
I have mine on iOS iPhone. I haven't had that issue like you had on Droid.
It was such a pain in the butt. This is pretty funny. I was only using the app to turn the headlight on, and then I was really mad. I was like, this app is so stupid. And then David's like, just push the power button again, and the light turns on. So there's a tip if you didn't know. Just push the power button again.
Yeah, it'll do it either the actual light or the strobe.
Yeah, UWorld can track the route. It's got the tour logging and stuff. I like UWorld. The nice thing about it is that it automatically syncs to my two Kingsong wheels and my Gotway wheels. So I'm not switching in between apps or, it's just one thing to start it and go.
Yeah, personally, I don't recommend at least, I think you need at least one or the other when it comes to, I wouldn't disable both beeps and tilt back. That just seems really dangerous. I mean, just because of the cutout. I mean, I like to have something there. I like the beep personally. I know you've had problems hearing it. I haven't had that issue.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm just saying my recommendation. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, no, that'd probably help you if you're having a hard time getting past 18.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, if you don't have if it's the settings on the beeps, then just set it up, and it could be a mental thing. I mean, you don't need to go out and it's your first wheel, right? And you just started riding, like Babe and I learned on that Segway, so I outgrew it. Like as soon as I started riding, I don't know, after 3 days or a week or whatever, as soon as I started riding it, I was like wanting to go faster. I was like, this is so slow. And the fact that the pool that I talked about before, the battery pool is so small that it's like you only get the 14, 15 miles an hour for 10 minutes, which was it's cool. All right, 15, that's cool. But as soon as, you ride 10 minutes, the battery goes down, it tapers you to 12 miles an hour. And then, it's like old ladies are walking faster than you. It's just not fun. The Tesla, you can ride 19 miles an hour, your whole career, riding life, whatever. And, eventually you'll want to go faster. And I think it's probably more of a natural thing for you. Unless you have the settings wrong, the tilt back settings on there.
Mine's been maxed out for a while. Like when I first got it, I was a little conservative with it, but I was just, for me, it was just a natural progression. I think within a week or two, I pretty much put it on max because generally you're not cruising at that speed to begin with. So, but it's just nice if you want that extra power and that extra speed. Yeah. Like when I'm on a long straightaway, it's fun to see how fast you can get it.
It's not even the power is good, but the range is so dwarfed too. On that thing, it says you can go 10 miles and you go 6 miles. You can't go very far. And then the first half of the ride is going to be way more enjoyable than the back half.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's favorite. What's your favorite beer?
I would probably have to say my favorite beer is probably the Big Row Mountain. It's a local brewery here, the Lizard's Mouth. It's an Imperial IPA. Imperial, yeah. God, I can't. It's been a while since I've had one with the close down and everything. But I want to say it's 10, 11%.
It's strong.
Yeah, but it's smooth. It's great. Yeah, if you like, we call it Big Mountain. You like IPAs? Yeah, that thing is gonna, you have one or two of those, and it's gonna get you where you need to go. Then you can be drinking Bud Light the rest of the night if you wanna.
I like Lagunitas, but it's not just Lagunitas. It's their limited release. They do it once a year. It's called Waldo's.
Yeah, the 420 beer.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite. But you can only, they limited release once a year. So You
I
gotta
think that's
find
what
it,
I think.
stock up.
Yeah, that's why it's called Waldo's, because they only do it for it's limited.
Waldo?
Yeah, it's limited release. You're not going to get it in a major store, and generally, a store will only get 3 to 4 cases of it. So like, some places will let you stock up, some won't. Like I only got two, a 12-pack pretty much this year, just because. Yeah, it seems like it gets harder and harder, like the find too each year, like because like. It seems like they release less and less. I don't know if more people are just stocking up because they find out about it. But yeah, that's some good stuff. And then what makes it special too, and it's probably why it's your favorite beer, is just you only get it once a year.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's probably my favorite beer too. But my all year round would probably be the Lizard's Mouth.
I think, Mike. I don't think I've had my Tesla tilt back on me because I have it set at max, and when it beeps I slow down because I don't want to cut out when I can hear it. I've ridden it past the beeps a couple of times.
I've had it tilt back on me, but it's not like once again, like we both talked about the 9-bot where like it tilt. I mean, that thing tilts you back it's a very conservative tilt back that it gives you.
The thing about my King Song, my 18S, is like you can ride that thing, you can ride it full beeps, and it'll tilt you back, and the tilt back is like it's not bad, and it won't cut out. Like it'll just beep beep beep, tilt you back. You slow down, you speed up again, and it won't cut out though. Like it won't do.
Well, I mean, you remember like when I first got mine when we were here, like how I was like, man, like the pedals are all like fronty, like it's like tilting back on me, like when I first got it.
Yeah, you have to like calibrate it right to level. Yeah, totally.
But I'm just saying it does tilt back.
So Mike, you've been riding for a month. Yeah, I mean that's a month. David's been riding 3 months now.
About 3-4 months, yeah.
3-4 months, yeah. I mean, it's natural progression. You'll get it. But
there's no reason to rush it. Just when you start to feel comfortable with it, just try to do it in a safe, clear space.
Dude, if you're having fun rolling at 18, 19 miles an hour, I wouldn't even, to me, the times that I always ride faster when I'm with other guys, because you kind of push each other, you want to keep up, and you want to jockey lead, and when you're by yourself, you just do your own thing, which is super fun too. Riding in a group is super fun because there's more of you, and it's kind of like people see you guys roll by, they're like, "What was that? What was that? Who was that?" That's pretty fun.
Just a question for the EUC audience: how did you get into the EUC riding?
Yeah, I haven't had tilt back on my Tesla, but the Segway, the tilt back is done. Like that thing will throw you off so fast. Is Cigar City Invasion? That's your favorite beer? The Lagunitas I like is brewed in California and Petaluma. Don't push the speed. I agree. I mean, Ben's right. Like you'll do it when you want. So it's not
like I said, it's a natural progression.
You'll lose your virginity until your max speed, and then you'll do another one. It'll be faster and faster. But
20 miles an hour. Oh.
I don't get too worried about all the dudes you see on YouTube going, I'm going 41, 42. You can have fun. It's about your experience. It's about what you like doing. So you ride at your speed. Don't let nobody ever pressure you into going faster or doing something you don't want to do. Duff in Miami is super funny because everybody jumps, and so he went over a speed bump and caught an inch of air, and he's like, I'm hardcore. He's messing around, but it's just funny because it's not his thing. He doesn't want to jump. He doesn't need to go fast. He has fun doing the things he's doing, and as long as you're having fun, I say you're good to go, man. And then when you want to push yourself to try something new or do something different, then do it. But do it at your own pace.
I'm just curious about that Cigar City beer. What type of beer is it? Is it a local beer, regional?
a YouTube video more than 6 years ago. I bought a cheap one from China. Yeah, cheap ones from China.
Cheap what?
I'm guessing a uke, right?
Oh.
They're dangerous.
Well, I mean, a lot of ukes are from China. So.
Yeah,
but like a no-name one, or what we're not used to as a mainstream name.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
kind of like companies like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. How I was saying, like, I had like a 5-year-old girl come up to me with her father yesterday. I was like riding around in a park, and we both like to, because we both had good experience with ewills.com. But I did recommend, for his daughter, like, hey, you can always try one off eBay. They do have ones that actually have training wheels on it. So, I mean, that might be great for, a young rider that's afraid to fall, especially 5 years old, It was a very lightweight, probably like 10-inch wheel, just, something super easy to ride.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like kids don't need training wheels. Like
It just depends on the kid, though.
They can do it.
Some kids are just afraid to fall. Then I've seen, like my buddy's teenage daughter just get on one and just like take off. Like, so, yeah, generally kids are going to pick up things faster than us, and, with less weight and, lower center to the ground.
My second uke was my King Song 14D. It's over there. And that thing has 3,000 miles on it, and it's don't get me wrong, cosmetically, it is jacked. Like, I could replace the shell and the trolley handle, and...
Well, that's what I learned on, too.
Yeah, I could replace all that stuff, but...
The first time I tried to ride it, I broke his trolley handle.
Yeah, it, like, popped out. But, like I said, it's got 3,000 miles on it, so that thing has been ridden a lot. When you say your no-name wheel still works, like, you probably don't ride it very much, but maybe you could help, like, teach people on it, right? Like, that's what I use the little one for. I still get on and ride it too, like, once in a while. I like it. So I've seen the labels for the Cigar City beer. Let's talk your oldest uke, no brand name. So, yeah. Do you ever, like, do you ever get on it, though? Because, like, if you're riding a nice wheel now, yeah, a trainer wheel, yeah. That's what David had intended to use his as, and he was actually training someone with it, and it broke.
Yeah, my 9 bot.
It just died.
I finally upgraded mine and got the InMotion 10 V10F, and, God, that's another story, but... Yeah, I was training a guy, and he thrashed it up real good. And then, I also said to hey, don't worry about it. These things are made to take a beating. And then all of a sudden, the gyro just kicked out, and it was no more after like a couple hours of trying to train this guy.
You talk about Jimmy Chang, and I'm pretty sure he's got his kids on the youth, like little girls, and they're little, and they're like, they look good. They like, I've seen some people comment like, wow, she's a better rider than me. So it's pretty cool. All right. The ultra soft mode. Yeah. If you haven't watched my soft mode versus hard mode video, like expert mode, whatever you want to call it, but it's pretty good. Not to toot my own horn, but there's some pretty good insight in there. My buddy has an older Gotway M Super V2, right? And so there's no phones that have the correct Bluetooth to connect to it because it's an old Bluetooth. It's not like the 802.1e that we use now or whatever it is. So it's stuck in soft mode because you can't connect an app to it. And so we went on a ride, and I let David ride my King Song because he couldn't. He was just starting. He could ride that thing in soft mode.
What was it, the 18S?
Yeah, he rode my 18S, and so I rode that the Gotway in the soft mode, and the first mile or two was kind of sketchy because it moves like there's a little bit of play before it responds. which I ended up finding out as I started to ride, which is super cool for like curb hops and jumps and stairs and stuff, because it gives you like a little bit of time to right yourself before, like if you go upstairs in expert mode and you're leaning left, as soon as you hit, you're going left. If you're in soft mode, if you're leaning left, you have like a second, a half second, whatever, to right yourself so you can go straight instead of going automatically the direction. So it's really fun. I like that.
I don't ever use soft mode because I'm not soft. I want expert. I want hardcore.
Yeah, I like.
Sorry.
I like Duff. He's cool, and I know he's got the Uke army too. He's Duff's pretty cool. Yeah, the soft mode, I've been told the soft mode for like the older wheels is like way more extreme, like way more pedal movement than there is in the soft mode nowadays. But yeah, I like it. Hey newbie, what's up? Yeah, you're in SoCal. We're where we are.
I remember.
We're pretty close. Yeah. So all right. Favorite dinner food. My favorite dinner food. Like if my wife's like, I'm taking you to dinner and you can have whatever you want, I'm gonna go.
Does she normally talk like that? I've never heard her talk like that.
Yeah, that's
kind of like a truck driver.
I sounded exactly like her. Yeah, exactly. Like even the everything. She even has the deep voice and all that.
Yeah.
Sushi, albacore, just sushi. I go out and eat sushi all day, and then it costs like $200 because we got the sushi and we got some sake, hot sake, and getting asahi. We're getting all the stuff.
I'll get a good steak. I don't like sushi.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's my favorite, but when I've gone out with people with sushi, I'll usually just get a steak.
Oh, yeah, because you're weird.
But, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Jimmy Chang and his daughters, and he does the one wheel, and I like his comparisons. I think it's cool. Kobe beef. Yeah, Kobe beef. That's pretty bomb.
Ooh, somebody's a high roller.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that too. There's just something about the whole sushi and the experience and all that. Gotway Monster V1 500 miles for a K? No. It depends on if it's one of the. It depends on if it's some of the V1s that had all the major problems, or if it's the like older V1 where they ironed out a lot of the wrinkles. But $1,000 for something like that right now seems like probably too much. I would like you can get
with 500. I don't know, 500 miles though. I mean that's. Yeah. I mean it's kind of like what you're saying. Is it one with the problems or?
I'm just like I look at it in kind of like comparison to what is like how much is the new Monster like 2200. So, like, and that's got better range. It's got better motherboard. It's got every MOSFET. Everything in it is better and more wrinkled out. So, I don't know if I like maybe $700. I might pay for it. Somebody's trying to get rid of it. So, figure out why did they only ride 500 miles? Because sometimes people buy the wheels and they just can't get on them, or they give up. It's too much work. It's too scary. And they want to get rid of it. We talked a lot about this in our last one because it's hard to drop G's and never have ridden.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of like it's hard to recommend something to someone too because it's kind of like how we were both saying. Like we picked it up so naturally that pretty much like after the first few days, week. We wanted more, so, but then, yeah, you're going to get someone that just feels like they can't do it and then give up. So it's hard to recommend something like we would both recommend spend, the 50, grand to 1,500 for a decent wheel. But at the same time, I understand too, like, cause that was my logic. Like, oh yeah, I bought this wheel. I bought it used off eBay, the 9bot. for $400. And I was like, oh yeah, this like 12.5 miles an hour will just get me through. You know, like, God, that seems like pretty fast. But then I didn't take in consideration, like, that's max. Like, you're going to get, you know, you're going to start kicking back. And then as the battery drains, you're going to be even kicking back more. So, yeah, it was something that was a great training wheel. I generally recommend to just, you know, spend the money. If you're going to be serious about it, spend the money. Or at least, you know, if you can find someone that can train you or borrow a wheel, definitely do that, but I would definitely spend the money. Wow, let's see what's going on here.
It's funny, Mike, I saw that you're the one that said that Jimmy's daughter rides better than you. She's better than me. That's pretty funny, dude. About 4,000 miles on my MSX. Yeah, my Gotway or my Kingsong 14D, like, it's got 3,000 miles on it, and it's messed up, but performance-wise, it hasn't like lost any battery. Like, it's great, you know. It still works really, really well. I taught David on it. I taught my daughter on it. Yeah, it's a great wheel. It's solid. I really like the fact that the Kingsong, like, when it tilts back, the pedals don't, like, it's not extreme. It's not like the Segway. They tilt back and it's like you can recover. Like, it's not going to toss you off. When you talk about like learning on the unicycle, because I've been seeing like a lot of videos of people who have just bought wheels, like a lot, and they're asking tips in all the Facebook groups. I wanted to talk a little bit about like for each of us, for me, like for Dave, what did you have the most difficult time like learning in the process? Like what was hardest for you when you were trying to learn?
I guess, you know, honestly, getting on and off. Well, I mean, just learning. I mean, what I mean by that is that, you know, it's intimidating. You got one foot on and then like stepping on to the other pedal. And then for whatever reason, and I see it with other new riders too that I've tried to train, is that like, you know, like they're leaning forward, but whatever, it's not going. Just like getting that natural progression of like, because it just needs to be a smooth progression of having one foot on one pedal, getting on, and then being able to take off. You know, a lot of people, it's like once like they get both feet on, is getting that start, and then it's kind of scary. It's like, okay, well, I need to get off of this. So learning like the basics of like foot plant, I feel like is a, you know, very important thing. You know, so like you're going, and then when you step off, kind of having that curve. I mean, I know I use that a lot. Now I can just step off and be fine, but just because, you know, like when you're first starting, it's hard to control the wheel. So learning, getting on and off, and then when you're getting off, just like that, like if you're dominant right foot, you know, getting that left foot plant and then kind of making that curve.
Yeah, for me, it was probably mounting. Like, when I started, there was no content out there on YouTube. It was just, there's not much. And with the Segway, like the pamphlet they send you, if you've seen my video, it's like PSA, I think it's called. It's really funny because it shows the booklet that Segway sent with you, and it's like, don't ride it over any bumps, and it like don't go over. It says basically you're only supposed to ride it on like carpet in like a padded room. Like, it's ridiculous. So mounting, because I just was like standing totally still.
That's not how you ride yours?
What? No,
on carpet in a padded room. That's
so
that's the only way to ride.
You like, you know, the mounting for me, because I didn't realize that you kind of need the kickstart, kind of like a skateboard, right? And once you get it, and you get that positive pressure on your inside leg, and you can lock the wheel in, and so you can just kind of, you have one foot on, and then you just kind of push it and step forward, and then, it's pretty easy. And then that kind of opens up the world to you, right? When you start riding, once you can start and stop without a fence or a post or a car or a friend or, something to put your hand on, then you're free. Then you can start like really getting on it.
Hey, newbie 101. I'm just curious, it's been a couple weeks since we talked to you. I know you were just learning then. I'm just, how have you been progressing, if you're still there?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have watched my 5 steps to learn how to ride a uke, but I go pretty in depth about like foot placement, and it's not like you want to be like kind of centered when you start, and it's not super important as as you go down, you can ride 1 foot forward and back. It doesn't really matter. But when you're learning, it's really important to try to put your foot on in the same place every time, and then have the other one even with it, because you're trying to figure out how to balance. And it's harder to balance if you're if 1 foot is forward or back. I mean, for most people. You may be the exception.
And that's one thing that I do love about extra large pedals is that you don't really have to worry about your foot placements as much. I mean, I'm a smaller dude, so, I wear a size 8.5 shoe. I'm a smaller dude. So, the extra large pedals are even extra large for me. So I felt like when I had my InMotion V10F, it didn't really matter where it was, but when I have the smaller pedals like on the Gotway or like the 9-Bot or the King Song that I've ridden, foot placement has been extremely important. Because it does throw off your balance. If one's, 1 foot's here, 1 foot's there, and just even on my Gotway, I'll have to stop sometimes. I won't get it right the first time. Because, I've gotten a bit better at doing it, but it's still a bit difficult for me where I can't keep my balance because of the gripping on it. So sometimes I'll just start swerving, trying to move one of my foot back or forward or whatever.
Yeah. So newbie, I'm excited for you to get your Tesla V2. E-Wheels ships pretty quick, so you should have that pretty quick. Depending on, you're here with us. You should have in California. You should have it in
1 to 2 days.
Yeah, you should have it.
Oh,
fast.
He hasn't ordered it yet?
Yeah, David was telling me that they've just raised the price up on them.
Yeah, when we bought it, it was at $1,350. It was $1,350. They just raised the price about a week or two, probably about a week ago, because when we aired last, it was at $35 or $1,350.
Hansel, I made.
I'm just curious, newbie, did you get the rapid charger? Because I love that thing. He has the peasant charger, and I have the rapid charger.
Yeah, I do have the peasant charger for the Gotway.
It's totally worth that extra $100. And if you didn't order one, just talk to Jason from eWheels. Just let him know. I think you just need your order number or whatever. He'll give you, because you get a discount on the rapid charger if you bought something from them. I definitely recommend it because you can charge that baby up in about 2 to 3 hours instead of 6.
Yeah, it also gives you more you don't, it'll shut off. You can turn it to 90% and charge it to 90 and it'll shut off. So you don't have to worry about forgetting, and you can, it's supposed to help the battery last longer. But Hansel, we are in California, and I wanted to say I made so I see my bricks right here behind us. Bricks. I made a video of me riding the bricks, and it's pretty funny. But one of the comments was somebody said I should make a toilet because that one goes on my S18, which is the one with the super high shelf. I'll show you guys. So this thing has a beastly look how tall it is. It's super tall. And then it's got the seat that goes right on top. And so the bricks fit right over the top. And I thought somebody commented that it would be funny to make it like a toilet, because when I ride sitting down on it, it does kind of, you're squatting, it does kind of look like you're on the toilet. I think that in Vienna they're rare. Yeah, I mean, they start everywhere. Like, in my little neck of the woods, it was me and one buddy, and now I'm seeing people, and our group is growing, and I'm seeing more people here and there. Yeah, Mike was in Florida, and he got his Tesla from eWheels too, and got it in 3 days.
Yeah, they ship super fast, and one thing that I love about them too, it's the price that you see on the screen is the price that it is. Like, living in California, I was really surprised that there wasn't even a sales tax on it. So, like, it's just nice to, like, see something and, you order something off Amazon and all of a sudden you got the sales tax or whatever company. It's kind of like, oh, well, that bumped it up another, like, $40 that I wasn't expecting. So.
Yeah, Segway should be worried about getting sued. Their wheels are dangerous AF.
Yeah.
To me. Good chatting with you, Ben. Have good computer fixing.
Well, yeah, hope to hear from you on the next live stream.
Yeah,
we hope to do this once or twice a month. So if you have any questions, I'm sure you brought up our Facebook group.
Yeah, I don't think Ben's in our Facebook group, but 805 Uke Riders request you can join, talk. He's definitely, I think, a Facebook friend and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, work it out, buddy. So you ordered the Tesla. Oh, that's right. Newbie got his from AliExpress.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he didn't get it from eWheels.
That's right. Yeah, and they take like.
He also got the bigger battery, the 1480 battery.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, because ours is that 1020.
Yeah, he's got that battery should go 40, 50 miles, no problem.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna love it. The only thing I fear is if something goes wrong even if it's warranted, it's like I don't know how that works when you buy AliExpress. Is that Europe?
I don't
China?
know. I don't know where it is. It's not like a.
I know. I mean, yeah, I know it's across the pond, so...
I've checked out their website, and it looks like they have deals on stuff.
Oh, yeah, they did. And I actually, when I first bought my first one, I contemplated doing it. But then, the whole how long it takes to ship, and if something does go wrong, that's the only reason why. I know they're a legit company, and that's fine if you live, like, in Europe or China or whatever, but over here in the States, I can't recommend it, but I can't I can't. I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you say you're 68 meters? Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Meters?
I don't know. It says 68 M.
Miles?
No. So I could sit on it without going. You know what? I really like, and I've been doing it the last week. I've been riding on my S18, 18S, sorry, my King Song. I've been riding sitting on it just because it's fun and it's totally different. Like, just a different experience.
I gotta try that because, guys, I'm 5'3". So, like, when I get on that, like, I'm pretty much sitting on it as it is. It's been quite some time since I've actually... You didn't have a seat on it, actually, at the time, but even without the seat, like, I was pretty much could, like, sit on it. So, I'm kind of interested in trying that out. Maybe we'll do a live stream sometime showing me doing that for the first time.
Yeah, when I got up, I showed how tall that wheel was for everyone. Well, I think that's about it for us for today, guys. Thanks so much. Oh, James Mucklin, if you don't know how to repair them yourself, don't order from AliExpress. The warranty is basically useless. Dude, I was super worried about that. Like, I'm super worried about that for anyone who buys from there because they're so expensive. It's like you pay a little bit more and you get it from Jason at eWheels or Nevin at Tech Toys or... you pay a little bit more, but those guys got your back. Like, if something breaks, they'll fix it because they care about their rep.
Right. I think the only thing you have to do is pay for shipping with them. But yeah, they'll fix it. There's a 2-year warranty.
yeah, they care about their rep. It's important to them, and then they know.
And there's it's personal too because it's a super fast response, and
they know you. There's like YouTubers like me, and like we're gonna tell the truth. We're gonna say what we feel like. Like, I don't know if we talked about this much, but David bought he got a really good deal on eBay on a InMotion V10F, which was actually his second wheel after his Segway, and it broke. And he bought it on eBay, and he hasn't done anything with it yet. But likely, there's no warranty, there's no support. It wasn't like from a dealer, so to speak. You know.
Yeah, it was just the guy that sold them. I mean, I don't know if they're hot or whatever.
You got a real. What was the price on it though?
So yeah, it normally ran for about. I got it, I think, for about 12 or 13, and yeah, that's so.
So you got like a killer deal.
Yeah. So I mean, that was like $300 or $400 off. But, you know, I didn't have anything to back it up, and in about a week, the motor went out on me. I mean, I had a lot of fun. Like that. That's why it's hard for me to, just because the way that I handled InMotion was I should have went through a retail dealer.
Welcome back, Ben.
So like that was kind of my bad. I wanted to save a few $100, but that kind of bit me in the ass too. So
I worry that AliExpresses are like. I worry that some of their wheels, or the stuff they sell, is like stuff that's fallen off the back of the truck, like because there's no support. Like James, I totally like. Did you buy something from them and it was broke, or did you have a friend that bought something and it was broke? I mean, did you have to deal with them with that warranty? Like, that seems like a. Seems like a really stressful situation to put yourself in with something that costs so much money.
And what was their warranty?
I mean, he said it's basically useless. So, I mean...
Well, I know, but, like, it's useless. Probably one thing, because when you live in the States. So, I mean, it might be a different experience, because I've read some reviews about AliExpress and people having good, but it's usually when you live over there. So, it might just be a different experience living in the States.
Yeah, I'd just be super cautious. I hope yours is perfect, man. You have no problems, but yeah, it's a gamble. It's just a gamble. Maybe you get one that's perfect and it works great. But I've heard some pretty horrific stories, and I guess James probably had something like that happen to him or a buddy, because it's. That's stressful. And we talk about it a lot on the last live stream. When you put out the dough for a wheel, like you want to make, yeah,
you expect, like, hey, I'm throwing 1,500 on a wheel. You're expecting it to, you're going to have problems with it down the road, like anything, but you don't expect it like in a week or two to just, that's it. And InMotion has kind of had that reputation too. And I didn't realize that until after I had bought it, that they kind of had that reputation of like, hey, they get worked on pretty fast.
Yeah, I've only ridden David's InMotion, and it was great. The top, like, it was a good wheel.
It felt like
it was a comfortable ride.
It was a tank for a 16-inch wheel. I mean, it felt like it was at least an 18-inch.
And even though you only have the max speed of 25 miles an hour, it's just a comfortable ride.
Yeah.
So I like that. As far as AliExpress, I haven't bought anything from them, and I'll wait to hear from you guys. You tell me what you think. Just talk about like the new, right? The new wheels. It's basically 4 new wheels. The 2 suspension wheels. The
InMotion and Kingston.
Yeah, the V11 and the S18. Right, so those are kind of like over here. Those are the 2, and then there's the people that broke off from Gotway.
The veteran.
Yeah, and they started the veteran.
Sherman.
Yeah, the veteran Sherman. And
that one's almost $3,000, but the range on it is incredible. About 128 miles, 26. big old light on it. Doesn't have a speaker on it, which, I mean, that's a big thing for me is music while I ride. Like, I love listening to music while I ride. But that's not a huge thing for some people. The price range is almost $3,000 though. So
yeah, and it goes like 50 miles an hour too. So,
but and you got to take into consideration too. It's almost hard to imagine the ride almost an 80-pound wheel.
But sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean that was it.
I mean, it's got the power and the motor and the torque and everything to handle the weight. I just worry about like first gen. It's the first gen. It's the first one that comes out. So what are we going to start seeing? Hopefully they don't explode, right? And it's not like these people. I saw some posts about people being like, Gotways all explode. No, Gotways don't all explode. Modded Gotways explode because you're using batteries off AliExpress or some other random place.
We don't know if it's AliExpress, just to say that. But no,
it was Luma.
Third party batteries.
It was Luma. But yeah, third party batteries. Don't trust them. You don't buy them. Don't trust them.
Yeah, I've seen footage of them catching fire.
Batteries are the most expensive part of the Uke, like, by far.
Well, yeah, and if they catch fire, you're just gonna have to replace it. So,
if it catches fire, you got to replace the whole wheel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is gonna melt the mother. Yeah.
I was watching a YouTube video that had a third party battery out. It was just like sitting there on fire.
So. You think Ollie sells it for less because there is no warranty? I don't know.
Well,
I mean, it's just a gamble.
Well, no, I mean,
it's like to gamble.
If it's from China, then generally you're gonna get a better deal there. It's cheaper to make stuff there. That's why American companies, go overseas, have it made there, and then ship it back here. It's way cheaper for them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like iPhones, they're made in China. It's cheaper for them to manufacture them in China and ship them back over than it is for them to manufacture in the States, where they have to deal with unions and or whatever.
That's the thing that I was saying.
And actually paying their employees.
That's the thing I was saying earlier, though. I don't mind paying a little bit more to feel comfortable, to feel like I'm supported, to feel like if something goes wrong, I'm not just out on my own. I don't have a problem taking apart my wheels and looking at stuff and replacing stuff, and I've done it. I've opened up all my wheels multiple times, and it's fine. Like, you always got to learn how to do it, but luckily now there's content available for almost every wheel, and I've got lots of friends in the community to talk to and, figure out how to do this stuff. But I like the support. I got Jason, and if something goes wrong and I let him know, they're going to help me out. And if I have to pay a little bit for it, that's fine. But to be just like left, like cold shoulder, like, yeah, you're on your own. I don't like that. That's a bad taste, especially when you drop, whatever it is you drop on it, which, these things aren't cheap. It's not like there's teenagers riding Ukes that their parents don't. It's just...
Well, and that's about growing the community. I hope, I want to see all ages out there, whether it's a 5-year-old, a teenager, or whatever. Yeah, most people are more our age when it comes to 30s, 40s, because they're not cheap. We think of an Xbox or a PlayStation as expensive to pick up, and, that's what a teenager or kid will ask for Christmas, It's hard to, ask mom and dad for, hey, can I have this $1,500, e-will,
Yeah, they're not cheap. The thing about an electric unicycle is it's like, I've heard this before. Like, I've been riding, right? And people are like, oh yeah, I've got a hoverboard. I'm like, oh, cool. And then they're like,
that's the future right there. The hoverboard.
They're like, how far can you go on that? And I'm like, 30 miles, 35 miles. They're like, what? How fast does it go? And I'm like, 30 miles an hour. They're like, what? That goes 30-mile range and it goes 30 miles an hour? And I'm like, this is kind of a little one, It's a medium one, right? But
if a hoverboard actually hovered, that would be, different. It's just two wheels.
you can't even like put an electric unicycle in the same freaking conversation as a hoverboard or a lot of other things because it's transportation. Like a uke is legit transportation. You can ride. Got like Zenly, my friend. Well, we're acquaintances. Zen's my friend. We've messaged on Facebook before, but like he rides his Nikola around Vegas, and he doesn't have a car. You can do that. Like you can have the range and the speed. You just can't be buying like giant TVs and stuff because you don't, you can't.
Well, it depends. Well, I mean, the only thing I could see being difficult about that, depending on like how much like groceries, like maybe you buy.
The video with the bricks, it's in there. I think it's called Riding Bricks. It might be from last month.
And baby,
and then I also
shark,
I also have my shark, which is like right there. It is. See the shark up there? I've got a video riding the shark. There it is.
I'm poking the shark. Don't bite me.
He's got reins.
Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
Newbie, I really, really hope that you got no issues with your wheel, and you probably won't because the Tesla is a solid wheel. Newbie, James said that he hasn't had any problems with his, thankfully. It's just, like I said, it's a gamble, right? Do you want to play craps? Do you like playing blackjack? Because really that's what you're doing. And I guess it just depends on the batch and how much it's jostled when it's shipped and, all that stuff. Hansel, you can find my riding bricks video. It's in my YouTube channel. It's in there. The third party batteries, I guess they could save money with those, but they're dangerous. Super dangerous. That dude that monster that was modded 2 weeks ago, he jumped off. He broke his freaking leg laying there in the street. I think any other questions? Because I think we're about good for today. Thanks so much for...
Yeah, like I said, we want to do this probably once or twice a month. If any new concerns or whatever comes up, questions, definitely on the show. Once again, plug in our Facebook group, 805 EU Riders.
Yeah, and then, of course, my YouTube channel. Please like, please subscribe, leave comments.
Don't forget that notification bell.
Yeah, Cali Unicycle Dad. I started my channel in like the end of January of this year, and it's grown. I think I'm close to 350 subs, which thank you everyone who has subbed me and watches my stuff and comments and gives me feedback. I love that stuff. I want to bring you guys. I want to make content that you guys like to see. I want to...
Right, and please let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, like, I whatever you want, let me know. I know I did a little backwards riding video, and some guys want to know, like, a little more about how to get going riding backwards, so I'm working on that. Put together something to kind of give you guys some tips and tricks. And when I give you tips and tricks, it's not like, they're my tips and tricks. It's not like...
Peace, James.
Yeah, thanks, James.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We'll see you on Facebook. Marty. Yeah, Marty has like every wheel, so $1,000 to Marty, I don't think is anything. He's got like, I've seen a picture with him. I commented once. I'm like, Marty, do you put your two wheels like in the garage with some wine, or do you put them in like a closet? Like, how do you get them to multiply like that? Because I leave mine in the garage and they have not multiplied like his.
Mogwise?
Yeah, like gremlins. Like his are totally multiplying. Anyways, James, Hansel, Newbie, Mike in Tampa,
Eric. I have bad eyes. I can't see.
Everybody,
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for checking in. Please take the time to like, subscribe, leave your comments, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Check out our Facebook group, 805 EUC Riders, parentheses PEV. Yeah, join us in our group and put your content on there, talk to us, and yeah, let's all be friends. See you guys later.
Peace. 2 likes, yeah.